Released July 6th by Ruffian Games and Microsoft, this is your review for Crackdown 2. In this game, the story and plot kind of revolve around you being a super cop versus two different groups or factions, whatever you want to call them. The first one is the terrorist group that we don't know what they're fighting for yet, but they are called the Cell, and you are, as an agent or a super cop type agent for the agency, you have to take them out. You also have to work to control the mutants, or the freaks as they call them in the game, and try and control their population, keep them pushed back, and try and eliminate them from the city. The graphics and art for this game, it's kind of a cel-shaded or comic book look. It's a little bit darker than the last game, and most of the shiny aspects, like on the cars and part of the suit of your character, are now more of a rougher, more matte kind of look. You can still tell that it's supposed to be shiny and it's metal and everything, but since it's got more of a comic book look than even last time, that kind of took out some of the shine of that. Some of the textures are kind of poor under close scrutiny, but they get the job done. I'm not a huge graphics fanatic, so it doesn't really bother me. Explosions are kind of poor if you look closely at them, but everything's so fast-paced you usually don't even notice. It still looks decent in the end. It gets the job done for what it is, but if you are a graphics fanatic and you have an HD TV and everything, it's not going to be like Killzone 2. It's not going to be Uncharted 2. It's not going to be Gears of War 2. This is Crackdown 2. It is what it is. Sound-wise, though, there's not a ton to it over the basics of, like, the sound your character makes. There's the disembodied voice that is back from the original game, but he can get both repetitive and annoying after a while. You can shut him off, but it also shuts off the ability to listen to audio logs and whatnot. And for some reason, most people I've talked to don't really feel like they want to shut him off, even though it does get repetitive and kind of annoying after a while, but maybe it's a nostalgic feel. I don't know. People just don't want to. The guns sound a little bit muffled, and a lot of the voiceover work repeats itself. Like, you'll hear the Cell units like yelling similar stuff over and over again after a while. The gameplay, I got the feel of Superman and RoboCop. I don't know why. You can jump over buildings, you're strong, it's just kind of that whole, you've got these powers, use them the way you want to kind of aspect to it, and it's kind of a make your own fun type of deal. It's fun jumping super high, running really fast, and being super strong. You kind of feel like a beast. The replay value of this game, there's not much replay value, but the first playthrough is going to take you forever if you go for 100% on everything. You've got 500 agility orbs, 300 hidden orbs. There's plenty of other orbs along with the ones that run away from you, which are the renegade orbs. There's the audio logs, which will tell you deeper aspects to the story, which you really don't get much of past the first opening sequence unless you go after the audio logs. There's also the online component, which allows for co-op in the single player campaign, rocket tag, deathmatch, and team deathmatch. Not a ton to offer in the multiplayer department, but it gets the job done, and I've heard it's relatively decently done. The overall presentation was decent. It's a pretty good repackaging of what they've already done. They had a few things that they threw in there, but the addicting gameplay is what's going to draw you in. It's what drew me in. I wasn't sure if I even wanted to pick it up, but I did anyways, because I just kind of, I don't know, the draw of leveling up the soldier and making him a super soldier again, taking on the game and just making my own fun with what they've added was enough to push me over to buy it. The overall score I gave it, though, was a 3.5 out of 5. It was a solid game overall, even with a couple of glitches. Like, sometimes you'll find that the ledge detection is a little bit off. But as frustrating as that is, it doesn't deplete the fun factor that this game has and that saved its score. If it didn't have the fun factor in its gameplay, I probably would have rated it lower, but it's a good one. I'd probably suggest to anybody who's hesitant to go out and probably rent it first, but if you have the first one or you like that type of game, go for it. Go for a purchase, and hope you enjoy it.